My name is Windy Borman. I'm the owner and creative director of DVA Productions, and I'm currently fundraising for my feature-length documentary called The Eyes of Thailand. The goal of The Eyes of Thailand is to educate and inspire viewers to enact changes in Thailand to protect Asian elephants. In 1993, there were 40,000 Asian elephants in Thailand, and when I was there first in 2007, they were down to 2,600. And I think Thailand is a country where we can enact some changes in our lifetime. And really, it has to happen in our lifetime, or the Asian elephants are just going to be extinct. I mean, they're going to be part of the myths of these countries. There's enough people in Thailand on the ground who are trying to make a difference, and I think if there was a big kind of international mobilization around this cause, they could actually gain some traction with the government. And I think if Thailand were to do something, other countries that have elephants would probably want to catch up. Because right now, countries that are getting Asian elephants, they're exporting them from Thailand. So if Thailand said, we're going to take care of our elephants and you can't have any more, I think that would enact some changes. The way I got involved with The Eyes of Thailand was really kind of by happenstance. I was doing a promotional video for a theater company in Thailand, and they were doing a benefit performance for the elephant hospital. And so following them around, I stumbled in with them, and I met the founder of the hospital. She sat down, gave me a 2-hour interview, said, come meet the elephants. And I met 2 elephant landmine survivors, Matala and Moshe. And from there I left going, there's a documentary here. Her name is Sarada Salwala, and she said to her dad, what happened to the elephant? And he said, well, he was hit by a car. Uncle Elephant is in heaven now. She said, well, why did an elephant have to walk on the road? And her father couldn't answer for her. He couldn't answer the question. And she said, well, if an elephant was sick, why couldn't he go to the hospital? In Thailand, if an elephant, even if it's wild captured, the minute you put it in captivity, it's considered livestock. So it's not protected by the Endangered Species Act anymore. So not only does Sarada love elephants, she also has this kind of religious compassion to want to save this being. Fast forward 30 years, in 1993 she opened the world's first Asian elephant hospital in Thailand. In 1999, an elephant named Matala stepped on a landmine. She actually survived. Around 2006, a baby elephant steps on a landmine. And she was 7 months old when she stepped on a landmine. She was actually walking with her mom, who was in a logging camp. And because both of these elephants were part of logging camps, they're considered livestock. So now Sarada has a bigger problem on her hands, because not only does she have 1 elephant, she now has 2 elephants that have stepped on a landmine. But she has to basically change the law in Thailand in order to say, no, these are endangered species, we want to take care of them. They saved the elephant, they realized they needed to do something, but they didn't know what to do. They realized there were all these other health issues, because 2/3 of an elephant's body weight is on the front part of its body. They had to do surgery on her to, amputate the rest of her leg that was way too demolished by the landmine. They'd never done this before, so there was kind of this learning curve for the doctors. Elephants are getting their legs in 2 weeks. I originally went over to Thailand with kind of different goals, but doing a documentary, not really knowing what it was going to be about, I chose not to let the film services know in Thailand that I was going to be there, which is a little dangerous. I hopefully will not get in trouble for neglecting to tell them that. But it really gave me greater access to people. People were more willing to talk to me because I didn't have this entourage of government officials behind me. I was also able to get different access to Sarada. I mean, she's a nonprofit organization, so if if I had a government official with me, she may not have been able to tell me everything. And overall, it's been pretty helpful to just be able to go film as things show up, and then edit the story on the back end when I'm home. I've just been on this 2-year journey so far of staying in contact, letting the story kind of, go where it will, because it's a documentary. The ending is kind of a moving target always. But I think we're at a point where I've got the ending. The elephants have their legs, they're walking, everything's fine. I'm currently fundraising for the post-production, distribution, and civic engagement parts of The Eyes of Thailand. All the production is finished. We wrapped in late August 2009. So I have all the footage, and now there's this big hurdle of, okay, how do I now pay people to edit? I'm not an editor, so I need somebody to come in and do that. I also don't want to learn on a really stellar piece like this because I think it has a lot of potential. So I've made the connections. I've got some consulting agreements with people. I've got some leads to musicians and composers and editors and stuff like that. So, I mean, my big job now is just raising the money. And so that involves writing grants, it involves pitching to angel investors. Keeping people aware that the film is still happening, so I've got my newsletters that go out, I've got my Facebook posts, I've got my tweets on Twitter, just saying, hey, I'm still here, I'm not going away, there's still elephant news, we still need to tell this story. The new media strategy really developed in 2008. So when I was there in 2007, I was just filming. And I would send mass emails to friends going, hey, I saw this today, isn't that cool? And by the time I got back, Web 2.0 was kind of the lingo that everybody was using. So I really educated myself about what that means, what does the filmmaker need to do now so that people know a subject is out there, people know that a film is out there. And so from that, I got Facebook set up, I got the group set up. I mean, I started tweeting, I did a fundraiser in February 2009. That was my first fundraiser, and that raised enough money to do the first round of website construction, so that way I could have a blog and I could put the trailer there, when there was keyword searches that Google could help people find me. And that's really where kind of the audience of the film has grown. And then it's just been the research on my part to figure out, okay, where are my audiences? What other people want to know about elephants? What other people want to know about landmines? What other people want to know about Southeast Asia, and particularly Thailand? And then just trying to introduce myself to those groups so that way they want to see and read the content that I can provide them. My advice to emerging filmmakers is to just start shooting. I mean, find something you're passionate about, grab a camera and just start doing it. I mean, you're gonna learn what works, you're gonna learn the storytelling techniques and the camera angles and all that stuff as you go. But you're gonna get some great life skills and you're gonna get some great footage there. And who knows, it could turn into the next cult classic that everybody wants to see.